Hey everyone, it's Tim again with week 5 updates. It is September 11th, 2012, and right now it is 10:30 in DC. So I just got back from class for the night. It's been a long day. Uh, been up since like 7 a.m. Work all day and class all night, and on top of that is 9/11. Not exactly the best day to do a video journal, I guess, but I guess it's prolific in itself, and in that it's a good day to do it regardless, especially for TAPS and for my cause. And so I decided that I was going to do this all in one post without, doing another post or re-recording, or if I mess up, well, it is what it is. Um, so I guess why am I posting tonight? 9/11 to me has a big significance in my life. As I've alluded to in previous videos, my dad was a Marine for 21 years. I grew up on base as a military kid, on Marine bases all over, from Orange County, California to North Carolina. And on 9/11, I was like in 6th grade. I was starting middle school, and I was in Miss Marshburn's typing class, computing skills, or whatever they called it. And I remember my dad was in the Mediterranean, and he was on the ship. He'd been there for like 6 months or whatever, and my grandmother had died like a month before, so it was already like a really tough time for my family. And I just remember seeing on the TV like, the World Trade Center, which I had no idea what the World Trade Center was. And I remember nothing else other than just being like, oh my god, like at the building falling down, and then seeing the Pentagon. And I never realized that I would be a kid growing up in a post 9/11 world, which would be a game changer in every way. So, that day going home, and I didn't put two and two together. My dad was near any sort of conflict zone, or that he would potentially be drawn into that or anything like that. I was 11, you know, 12 years ago, or it was, yeah, it was 11 years ago now. And I remember how scared my mom was. My mom wouldn't turn the TV off, and I knew it was a big deal, and I was so innocent maybe that I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. And so, I don't know, bringing it back to today now, thinking about it 12 years later, like, I think about all what 9/11 did, not only for my life, but for thousands of other people's lives. This video wouldn't have happened without 9/11. And I say that in a negative way. I wish that I never had to make any of these videos because, you know, I want to say that if it weren't for 9/11, then Patrick would still be here. And that sucks. So, reflecting on today, it's because of 9/11 that Patrick died in a lot of ways. And I don't mean that to make it sound so casual, just because of that one event, but in a lot of ways it really is. And if it wasn't for that day, none of this would have ever happened. And so, maybe it's just got me down tonight, and maybe it's just got me thinking more about why I'm doing all this, why I'm running for TAPS. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, the support that all of you have given me and the support that TAPS is giving to Patrick's family has just exceeded, everything that could be done. But I will say it again that I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish that I do not have to run in the memory of Staff Sergeant Patrick Dolphin. I wish instead that he could be right here, or actually rather that I would never know who he was, because that way it means that he would still be alive. Again, I've never met him, and yet I'm running for him. And so, today, in a lot of ways, is the way that I met him. 9/11 is the reason that I ever would know his name. And that's a sad reality to face in a lot of ways, because I wish he could still be here. I wish he could still be with his family. his wife, I wish that they could have their own American dream. And it's because of people like him that the American dream can still happen. And I admire him for that. So wherever he is right now, looking down on us, like, I know he's watching this and I know he's very happy. So bless all of you. You know, it's been a long day. Training's going well. Yeah, you know, think about it today. Okay? This video's gone a little longer than most, and I apologize. And just remember, people, that we shouldn't take for granted what we have, because 11 years ago today, we were all remembering what we had, and we were thinking, we were so thankful for it. So, have a good night, and remember that in the morning we all wake up, and we can make whatever we want of each day.